So let's talk about our upcoming Disney trip. So, as most of you probably know, we are going to Disney in September 24th of this year, a little less than a month away, which I'm super excited for. And I apologize if I sound weird. My ear has been infected for like a week, and I have like very, very little, almost no hearing out of it. So it's very frustrating. So if I flub my words, I apologize. It took me like an hour to film a snackable yesterday, so I apologize. But since we're going to Disney, I was doing the math, and I was like, hold on a second. This is the 15th time that I'm going to Disney in my life. And I'm not obnoxious or arrogant to the fact. That is an extremely privileged and gifted thing that has happened to me. And, you know, it would be foolish of me not to thank the two people that have always made Disney an important part of my life, and that's my mom and my grandmother. They have always pushed for it, helped pay for it, helped me experience it better, and I will always be thankful to that, because had I not experienced it at a young age, I don't know that my love for it would be as great as it is now. It's definitely a bonding experience between me and my mom, but going into the park, even when I'm by myself and just seeing everything, it's just, I feel like I'm doing it the way that Walt had always hoped and imagined that someone would. One thing that's come up recently that I don't think I've ever talked about is this whole idea about Disney adults, and I think it's just stupid. You know, like there's so many people that go, "Oh, you're a Disney adult," and it's a red flag or an ick, or it's like, "Oh, I don't want to be stuck with somebody like that." It's like, okay, congratulations. Like I couldn't imagine finding somebody that was so passionate and loving about something that I would just reject them right off the bat. I mean, Disney World was founded on the entire idea that there could be a place that parents and kids, even people that don't have kids, adults, could enjoy this park together. Separately, together, all of it. And there was something magical for each of them. Each person that entered in there could almost be enchanted, and it was that's what it is for me every single time I get off the monorail or get off the boat, even when I get off the plane at the Orlando International Airport. It's an amazing experience. So this time is no different, and you know, anybody wants to call me a Disney adult, fine, I guess. You know, I plan on taking my kids, if I ever have any, to Disney, and it's a tradition that I think needs to live on. And I don't know, I think it's one of the best parts of me, not one of the worst. But that's just me. So we've been planning this for about a year. I think we had got the tickets and really like locked in everything in October of last year, which is a little stressful. What we usually do is we go through a charter company, and we go out of this small airport, which we went out of pretty much every single time we've done one of these videos. And while it is the 15th time I've gone, it's only the 5th time that I'm making one of these vlogs, which is really exciting, because I'm going to be able to I'm going to try and incorporate all 15 years of going to Disney in this one video. So it's definitely going to be a unique experience for you watching it. I want to talk about that later a little bit, but it's going to be an amazing time. But yeah, of course, we go through the smaller airport, the Reading Airport. It's not an international airport at all. They pretty much only do charter flights through there. But we leave from there and then arrive at Orlando International Airport. One thing that's definitely changing is we're not going to be staying at the Grand Floridian. I would probably say of the 15 trips, 12 of them, 11 or 12, I've stayed at the Grand Floridian. It's a wonderful hotel, but you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to experience and handle, and you want to see new sights, you know, because otherwise every trip just feels exactly the same. It just feels like you're just, you know, tearing off a new Post-it note. Oh, there's another one right under there. And we definitely didn't want it to be that. So there had been discussions between me and my mom about we want to do something different. So we're going to be staying at the Contemporary Resort. When we really sat down and thought, where else would we stay? If it wasn't the Grand Floridian, where else would we stay? One of the first ones that came up was the Boardwalk, which it was super intriguing. We were still sort of coming out of COVID times, so we weren't really sure what we wanted to do, but ultimately it just, you know, the rooms that we wanted weren't going to be available. So we were like, let's not do that. And that was going to be a whole different experience because we were going to be closer to Epcot and farther away from the Magic Kingdom, which we had never done before. But when we really sat down, I said, well, the first hotel that was ever there when they built the Magic Kingdom was the Contemporary. And I love reading about the construction and seeing the old pictures of it. It's like, why don't we stay in the Contemporary? I've never stayed there. And I know that they have amazing parkside rooms. So that ultimately became the decision. We were like, I can't wait. So you're going to be able to see some amazing sights from there, ones that I can't even imagine. And that's just going to either make the mornings or the nights, the beginnings or the closings of the videos. It's just going to make those so much more exciting. Now, if you are planning a Disney trip, you need to use the My Disney Experience app. I think it's just called Disney World now, but it's pretty much your guide to everything. I mean, we look at this, even when we're not there sometimes, just to see how long the wait for some rides are. And you're able to look at restaurants, look at the menus, and about 3 months before your trip, you're actually able to start choosing what restaurants and actually reserving your meal. Which is really fun, and we did that. I think it was the day after my birthday. That's what we got to do. So that was an exciting time in of itself. There's definitely going to be some repeat restaurants that we go to, and there's definitely going to be some brand new ones. One of the brand new ones that I'm really excited for is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which is in Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's in the Toy Story Land. I think we got to look at it a little bit when we were passing through the land the last time we went. And it looked like it was going to be a really fun time. That has since opened, and it's a huge barbecue joint. And every time I look at the menu, I start salivating. So with last year, I definitely saw a increase in the length of how much I was filming. And I think that was mostly because I had a 2 terabyte hard drive that I could export my videos off to at the end of the day from my iPhone, because I didn't have a 2 terabyte iPhone. And then I could just sort of sit everything there. I think all in all, the entire trip came close to a terabyte. So it was a ton of footage. I don't plan on using my phone for most of the trip because we have this DJI Pocket, which we've been using for some of the vlogs recently. That's going to pretty much be my primary way. We're still banking on a terabyte, maybe 1250. Gigabytes. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of footage. So I think what I'll do is if it's something close up, it's easier just to film with this. Or if it's something quick, I can film with this. And then more of the, traveling stuff and the vlogging stuff is going to be with this camera. It's just easier. And it's a really easy way to store everything as well. So I think I've had that planned out. One thing I've definitely thought about was, are these too long? And I think they're not. That's pretty much what I've fallen on. I said to myself, okay, I'm not a Disney vlogger. I love Disney. I love the trips when I go there. I want to go as many times as I possibly can in my life. But I'm not a Disney vlogger. I don't wake up every morning and get to go there. If I lived in Florida, that would definitely change, and my videos would be shorter because I would be there all the time, so I wouldn't need to film it as much. But I'm only there for 7 days, so I need to film as much as I humanly possibly can. And that's what I'm doing. One big change that will be happening, even though the videos won't be going down in size, they're going to be changing the date that they come out. These Disney videos, will be coming out on Saturdays. I do that specifically because there are still vlogs that I want to get done this year. For those that don't like Disney, I don't want to cut them out completely. And those that do like Disney, it's going to be there. I don't think I'll lose views on that, because at the end of the day, if nobody watches it, that's fine. It was for me, one of the first reasons that I actually did that first vlog in 2016, even though I can't stand it because I didn't edit or film it properly. But one of the first reasons I did it was because it was one of the first years my grandmother couldn't come with us. And I really wanted her there. And I thought back to when my dad had filmed, my trip in '97. And I was like, well, why don't I do the same thing? And I put it all together, and I was like, this is really good. So I put it all together. At the time, I thought it was really, really good. Now I just think it's all right. But I edited everything and put it online, and it was like, when 2018 came around, I was like, yeah, we need to do this again. Like, it would be insane to not do this again. And it's just been nonstop. So the original one was for my grandmother, and the rest are for her and me and anybody else. It's for everybody. So the long and short of it is that on September 30th, the first Disney vlog will come out, and then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last Disney vlog will come out the 11th. We were running into a problem before when it was around October 31st. When it was around that time, we were having an issue where it was bleeding into Thanksgiving, and it's like, who's gonna watch a vlog on Thanksgiving? Nobody. I'm not gonna do it. But I think this is a healthy way of doing it, because it allows regular vlogs to still come out, so I don't have to stop, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do for Christmas, a lot of stuff I want to do for fall, and I don't want to just do the Disney videos. So there's going to be a lot of content that comes out in the next 3 months, so just be buckled up. Another thing I desperately want to do, and I'm going to try this, is Disney has probably one of the most laxed rules about cameras on rides. Specifically, I mean, I've filmed Rise of the Resistance, well, like this the whole time, which was amazing, and I got great footage out of it. But I'm actually going to be filming some rides, like Tron, with a GoPro on my head. So my regular GoPro, which I don't think is here right now, my regular GoPro, I'm just going to have it on my forehead, and I'll be able to capture those rides in a different way than I've ever seen, that I've ever filmed. Certainly other people have filmed it, but it's from my perspective, so who cares what they say? That's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how that footage turns out. I think I'm going to do it in the best way that I possibly can. I still have to buy the headband, which I will shortly, but I did not yet. Something else that is different is that on the first day, instead of going to the Magic Kingdom first, we're actually going to be going to Epcot right away. I think when you are at the Contemporary, you can get onto a monorail and take 4 stops to get to the Magic Kingdom, or you can walk to get to Magic Kingdom, or you can take 1 stop and get to the TTC, Transportation and Ticket Center, and then that is 1 stop from Epcot. So that is going to be a whole new experience, because right as soon as we get there, we're going to drop off our bags in the Contemporary, and we're going to hop on the monorail, and we're going to just... I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait, because I've never been to Epcot on the first day of the trip. Magic Kingdom is just... It's not stale. It's never stale to walk in there. But it's something that I've done over and over and over again. It's like walking into Epcot on the first day of the trip. And then we're going immediately to America and eating at... what was it called? The Regal Eagle. I can't believe I forgot. This shows that I'm sick. This shows that something is wrong, because I'm always like, and I'm just not right now, so apologies. But yes, we're going to be eating at the Regal Eagle, and we're going to try and get on the brand new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which I'm so excited for. We're going to try and get on Ratatouille, which we didn't get on last time, and it's just... when I tell you that the videos are going to be between an hour and an hour and a half, I can promise you that, because I'm going to be going to as many parks as I possibly can every day. There are many discussions with my mom where she's like, okay, and then we're going to go back to the hotel. And I'm like, yeah, well, you guys will, but I won't. I'm not going to do that. They're like, oh, you're going to be tired. Yes, I will. That's why I was holding off on Monster until we got to the actual Disney trip, because it's gonna get crazy. For those of you that just watched a video that I did for my friends, which I was also a part of, Greta and Tyler's wedding, one thing that I do way too much in my videos, Disney videos included, and often the wedding videos, is I do too much exposition. I think that things need to be explained, or there needs to be a narrator that sets, here's where we're setting up. And I don't think that needs to happen. When I was planning for their wedding video, one of the things I said was, how do I not do that? And it was almost stressful at first, because I was like, what scene am I setting up? And I made it work, and I think I did it in an extraordinary way. and that was with some drone shots. Now, obviously, it's impossible. It's just not going to happen. You can't get drone shots in Disney World unless you work for Disney. It's just too chaotic. But I am working on ways of getting there to be better shots and better expositional openings, non-expositional openings, so that you can feel as though you're being immersed in the vacation without having to sit through me talking for 2 hours. I'll explain where we're going, probably. It's just, all I can tell you is when you experience it, it's going to be like you haven't experienced my vlogs before. It's going to be a very unique experience. Filming for you guys is always amazing, and I love it. And filming for other people and being able to say, hey, I got this shot and everything. And one of the most annoying questions that I get is, and it's only happened a few times, but they say, how do you enjoy your vacation behind a screen? And I get to enjoy it like 10 times over. I get to enjoy it as it's happening because I'm watching and experiencing and trying to get the best shot, which is just like an adrenaline rush for me. And then once I get that shot and show that shot, then I'm really able to just experience it over and over again. I experience when I'm editing. I experience it. It's chef's kiss for me. You know, I love it. And one of the last things I want to talk about is something that I think is going to be exciting for all of us. For every single Disney vlog that I do, it gets its very own personal intro. And that's pretty much because there's so much footage that we have enough for an intro, and it's a way of differentiating each of them. Now it's become sort of like a tradition, and of course this one will be even more so because I will have over 15 years of Disney trips, and that is people throughout my entire family that have gone with me, and just fun experiences we've had, video and not video, and I just can't wait to share those with you. That's probably, when I get back, I'll have a week to edit and, get everything out there, and I just can't wait to be able to film that entire process. And I love hearing Walt talk and then making the thing that he wanted, me to have a good time and people to have a good time and experience this magical experience that you just can't get anywhere else in the world. And just say this, if tomorrow ended, I would have had one of the best days of my life. And that's what I love to do, as morbid as that sounds, So I can't wait for Disney. I am hoping that my ear will be open by then, and that I'll be feeling better, because that's not going to be a pleasant experience. My ear is pretty uncomfortable right now. But we still have a couple of weeks to go, so I can't wait. Any questions you have, please comment down below. It's going to be a great time. This is my personal trip. If you have any general questions, please ask, because we've been planning. I've been helping plan trips for probably the last 6 or 7 trips, so I've gotten pretty good at it, and I'm able to fit all the little pieces in exactly where they need to go. So it's going to be an amazing trip, and I can't wait to share that experience with all of you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll have to see where we're at next time. Oh, that's right. It's Hamburger Fest. See you then.